I was talking to a business mentor of mine the other day, and she said, "Oh my God, Courtney, you have to stop calling yourself a health coach." And I kind of looked at her dumbfounded, like, why? That's how I've always seen myself. And it's the work that I've done for so long. And she said, "No, but you're so much more than that. You are a self-leadership coach, and you just happen to teach through the arena of health." And she's not wrong, right? Like, yes, I start off with the health conversation because it really is the basis of everything. If you don't have your health, it's really hard to lead yourself powerfully in any other dimension of your life. But I'm really most passionate about helping women to live fully expressed lives, whatever that means to them. And so we start with the foundation, yes, which is health, and we practice self-leadership skills there to improve our health. But ultimately, those skills get carried so much further than the health arena. Welcome to your daily hit of grace and grit, your quick dose of inspiration to kickstart your day. I'm Courtney Townley, and here is today's hit. So, this may not come as a surprise to those of you who are in my communities and my courses, because you do hear me talk about self-leadership a lot. But what I actually teach are skills of self-leadership. And I always say this, I sound like a broken record, but learning skills that are just going to help you with a once-in-a-lifetime transformation aren't really skills I'm interested in. I'm interested in helping you to be equipped with skills that will help you to navigate a lifetime of transformation, because that's what life is, right? I mean, becoming an adult, maybe becoming a mother, starting a business, working your way up in a business, perimenopause, menopause, all of it is transition. So where are the skills to help us learn how to lead ourselves better through transition? That's what I'm really excited about talking about. That's what lights me up. And honestly, I think it's the true work of behavior change. And it doesn't matter what arena we're talking about. But self-leadership is the ability to know yourself well enough to make decisions that are aligned with your values and standards, which we talked about yesterday, right? Yesterday, we talked about knowing your code. You got to know what your own values and standards are. And then you have to align your behaviors with those values and standards. So you stop wasting all these valuable resources on managing integrity pain. You don't want to spend your life managing integrity pain. You want to spend your life living your life full out. So self-leadership helps us to follow through on commitments even when motivation is absent, because let's be honest, most of the time it's going to be absent. It helps us to navigate setbacks without abandoning the pursuit. So yes, of course, we all get misaligned, but when you have strong self-leadership skills, you realign very quickly. You regulate your own behavior rather than relying on external systems, other people, or perfect circumstances to do it for you. I use health as the arena for my work because it really is the rocket fuel for everything else. When your physical health is suffering, your capacity to lead yourself anywhere else will suffer too. Your energy, your clarity, your emotional resilience, your creativity, your ability to show up fully in your relationships and your work, all of it is downstream of how well you take care of yourself. And look, we're not talking about optimizing, right? And making yourself this perfect health model, whatever the health that is. I'm just talking about giving yourself basic respect when it comes to self-care. But at the end of the day, self-leadership, of course, is not specific to health. It's universal. So think about what it actually takes to build a consistent health practice. Like to consistently show up for yourself, to take care of your basic needs. You have to know what those needs are, right? and design a practice that honors them. You have to make decisions in advance a lot of times, so you're not relying on willpower in the moment, because we all know that doesn't work out well. You have to build systems that support the behavior even when life gets hard, because life is going to be hard a lot of the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. You have to learn how to recover from setbacks without making them mean more than they do, right? You assign the meaning to your own setbacks, and you can assign meaning that makes you just feel terrible and really struggles, where you really struggle to get back on your feet. Or you can place meaning on your setbacks that actually makes you excited to get going again, to resume. You have to develop the capacity to be honest with yourself about what is working and what is not. Radical honesty, I think, is one of the most important components of self-leadership. Because if you are not radically and ruthlessly honest with yourself, well, nothing else is going to matter. So these are all the same skills that build a successful business, a thriving relationship, financial stability, a creative practice that actually goes somewhere. They are. The principles are identical. The arena is just different. There's interesting research on self-regulation that shows that people who develop strong self-regulation skills are in one domain tend to apply those skills across all domains. So the capacity to lead yourself, this is the important part, is transferable, right? When you lead yourself well in one area, it makes it a hell of a lot easier to lead yourself in another area. Now, it doesn't just happen by chance, because we all have the experience in our life of maybe we're really good with money, but we're terrible with our eating patterns, right? But it is a muscle. It's not a fixed trait. And that's the beauty. That's the important part to remember. It's trainable. And also, just looking at the evidence you have in your life for leading yourself well in one area should give you a lot of hope that you can do the same thing in another area. If you've ever felt frustrated that you are disciplined in one area of your life but can't seem to get it together in another, I want to offer you a reframe, right? The skills are learnable. The capacity is buildable. And the most efficient place to build them is in the arena where the feedback is the clearest and most immediate, which is with the thing you're living with all day, which is your body. How are you feeling? How are you thinking? Right? When you practice self-leadership in the health arena, you get feedback immediately, today. Your body tells you the truth. It responds to what you do and what you don't do with remarkable consistency. And I get it. A lot of people aren't in the practice of listening to their body. But when you learn to listen, because it is a learnable skill, and you honor what you're hearing and you lead yourself within that, some really beautiful stuff is born of that. The version of you who can consistently choose the harder, more nourishing option in the gym or the kitchen or the sleep schedule is the same version of you who can do it in the boardroom, the relationship, the creative pursuit. So self-leadership really is the work. Health is simply a training ground. So I want to ask you at the close of this, what area of your life feels most out of control right now? And what would it look like to lead yourself there? To lead yourself in a powerful way? What would that look like? Not to have someone else manage it for you, although asking for help could be a part of your self-leadership plan. But we're not just handing it over to someone to manage for us, right? No one can manage our health for us, really, at the end of the day. We're not waiting for a better system or a perfect moment or a surge of motivation. What does it look like to really lead in that area? To make a decision, commit to it, follow through on it, and course correct when you fall off without drama or self-destruction. That's the work. And it's available to you literally right now in this moment, because I guarantee there is something you could lead yourself powerfully within in the next 5 minutes. Making the phone call you've been resisting, taking the walk outside you keep avoiding. If you've been thinking about your health and your life as separate projects, I really want you to see them as one. The skills you build in service of your health will show up everywhere else. And if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So start there. Lead yourself there first. Build your self-leadership skills there. And hey, if this show has been valuable to you, one of the most meaningful things that you can do is leave a review. It takes 2 minutes, and it makes an enormous difference in helping other women to find the show. So thank you for taking the time. Wherever you listen to your podcasts, whatever platform you listen from, please go and rate and review the show. It genuinely matters. If this stirred something inside of you, imagine what a whole book of clarity and courage could ignite. The Consistency Code, a midlife woman's guide to deep health and happiness, goes even deeper into the mindset and practices that create real, meaningful change at midlife. Grab your copy today over at theconsistencycode.com and keep the momentum alive.